What's up, dudes? Chooch back with another one. Today I'm out here ripping on the BEGODE T4, and now this is a mixture of some of the footage of the first day of riding it before I did the firmware update and a little bit after I did the firmware update. The firmware update on this thing, guys, was a night and day difference on it. What I'm going to be doing is doing a video on how to completely do the update really easily, make sure there's no problems at all. I'm going to do a full video on just that, on just the technical side of it. Now, whenever you get one of these BEGODEs out of the box, guys, whenever y'all get them, all of this will probably be worked out. This is just, you know, the first wave-o, and the update that you did to it really improved the ride quality of it. It completely worked everything out, and I'm able to take this thing all the way up to top speed now, and it rides smooth. The acceleration is incredible on it, and I'm absolutely loving this wheel now. Seriously though, like, the time from whenever I got the V12 out of the box to whenever I was riding it was about, I'd say, 5 minutes. From the time where I got this out of the box to when I was riding it was like, I don't know, like 5 hours. Just because of until I was able to ride it good. I went and rode it for a little bit, and I came back and had to do an update and fool with some stuff. But just that. And if I would have had a video explaining to me everything I needed to do to this wheel, it would have taken, you know, a few seconds to get it up and rolling and get out the door on it. So I'm gonna make that video. So basically what I'm saying right now is, if you watch the video I'm going to make about the update on this thing and how to do it and how to work around it if there is a problem, then you will be fine. And I think this is an incredible wheel. I think this is an absolutely fantastic machine. But just wanted to be completely transparent with you on that. And this is a 17-inch wheel with a high torque motor in it, and it's a widened and strengthened rim. So if you look at the rim on this wheel, it looks similar to like the 16X and a lot of the other 16-inch wheels out there. It looks like the same rim basically as a lot of those old unicycles, but it is upgraded. This is a much more sturdy rim, and it is widened, and it seriously, I looked at it, guys, and it almost has a different sound to it if you hit it with a wrench compared to the old rim. So it definitely is an upgraded rim, which I'm super excited about, because that's one of the main points, man. It has to be strong with these things, and this one is. It's 1800 watt hours and 100 volts, 2 parallel, 2 series backup. So basically, if you have one of your batteries go bad or anything like that, it's still gonna stay up. It has like redundancy on it. 1800 watt hours, guys. I'd say, so like the V12 is like 1740 watt hours. This is 1800 watt hours. I'm glad that there is a little bit more power in it, and you really can't tell. So one cool thing about this wheel is it does have a little bit more power to it than the V12. And after 2 days of riding it, I've only been riding it 2 days, guys. So it's going to take me, even if this is a better wheel, which I'm suspecting it is going to ride better and it's going to perform a little bit better. But even if it is better, it's just going to take me a little bit of time, a few days, maybe even a week, to really get used to this wheel like I was used to the V12. I'm so used to the V12 now that any wheel would take a little bit of time to get used to, even if that wheel was better, if that makes sense. So, but I can tell you, after 2 days, I think once I get more time on this thing, it's going to be incredible. I literally mesh with this wheel so well. I love the form factor of it. It's not too heavy. It rips around fine. And 1800 watt hours, guys, I like that. I really do. 1800 watt hours and 100 volts. I think 100 volt wheels are not obsolete. I saw some people talking about that or whatever, that you need 126 volt, all this garbage. No, dude, we have not even gotten near the fun out of these 100 volt wheels. There's a lot more potential even with 100 volt wheels, and I don't think that people should be steered away because it's not 126 volts or something like that. Absolutely not. I think that 100 volts is plenty, and this thing is fast, man. The torque on it's great. It's fast. I did a Black Diamond mountain bike trail on it last night that I haven't edited yet, and I haven't made a video, but I completed the entire Black Diamond mountain bike trail on this. Got about halfway through it, in the daylight, and then it got dark, and I just used the headlight on it. The headlight on this wheel is incredible. I was able to navigate a Rocky Mountain Black Diamond mountain bike trail with no other lights. It was sketchy, I'll admit, but I had no other lights, and it worked out good, man. And I like the fact about this wheel for like that type of trail riding. I noticed last night, because like if you come up to like a rock feature or something, like on a Black Diamond mountain bike trail, that you have to lift this thing up over to get to the other side of that obstacle, because there's a few of them that there's unrideable stuff in a Black Diamond mountain bike trail for an electric unicycle. I mean, unless you're God tier on it, you got to walk it over some things. So I like whenever I had to pick it up to walk it over like a rock or like a obstacle or something, I was glad of the form factor, and I was glad I didn't have some outrageously heavy wheel and some clunking thing to tote around. One thing that I did miss, I will say, is having a grab handle on the top for off-roading. And now this is not going to, 99% of people are going to like the new method of the way they've done the top on these, to where you can just sit on top of it. Now I love the seated riding on this. I love how you don't have to put an extra seat on it. I love how you can just sit down on the thing and just go seated riding whenever you want. You don't have to attach an aftermarket seat or anything. It just is easy to sit down and rip. The downfall of that is there's no open grab handle on the top of it. So if you're trail riding and you've gotten really used to, whenever you make a mistake or slip, if you've gotten used to reaching for that top grab handle on the wheel to maybe save your wheel from going over a ledge and keep it from spinning out of control, or just to grab it because it's getting away from you, I think all wheels have to have some type of grab handle on the top for off-road riding specifically, guys. Because if this thing, there was a few times where it would fall over on the side of the trail or something, and I would have to just grab it from the front and back to pick it up to bring it back up upright. Or either I'd have to push down the trolley handle a little bit on top, engage that, pop that up, and then grab it with the trolley handle kind of a little bit extended. But one thing I did miss for trail riding, I will say, is a big grab handle on the top of it. I know it's simple, but for most riders that aren't going to be trail riding and just going to be city riding and stuff, this is what you would want. You would definitely want to have a seat that you can just sit whenever you want and not have something that you have to take around and attach to it. I've been seated riding on this thing a lot just because it's easy to do, and the seat's already on the thing, so I actually use it. So it does have a hollow motor, aluminum alloy hollow shaft in it, which is an upgraded feature on this thing, guys. All the new wheels pretty much have this hollow motor design on it, and it essentially is it just handles way more pressure. I know you hear hollow motor, you see that, some people may be steered away because, oh, what is it talking about? Basically, it's just a larger diameter axle in the middle, which is way stronger and can take a lot more it can take a hell of a lot more impact than the old axle design. So this one has it, and that's a good thing. Has a 100 millimeters of effective shock absorber stroke on this thing. The suspension, guys, I have it aired up to 270 psi, which is a little bit too much for my weight right now, and I can tell that. The suspension, I have to get it dialed in. It is nowhere near dialed in right now. If I get it dialed in, though, this thing is going to ride incredibly. There's a sweet spot on this thing that I really think you could achieve, to where you could ride full speed over rocks and roots and everything, and just the suspension would be doing everything and your knees wouldn't have to do anything. But it just takes some playing with. It really does. You can adjust how much air is in it, from about, most people are going to be riding at about 250 psi on this thing, and then I would do, I don't know, your rebound is weird, man. The rebound is very particular to the person and what you're riding and what you're doing. In the woods, you're going to, of course, want like a faster rebound for all the various bumps and stuff. For street riding, you're going to want a slower rebound. But you're just going to have to play with it and see what's right. Don't try to get it right the first day. Keep on messing with it, keep on tinkering with it, and just get it dialed in. Because with a suspension wheel like this, that's the beauty of it, and that's where the goods are, is getting it dialed in completely. Whenever I got that S22 dialed in completely, guys, it was a dream come true riding that wheel. I have not ridden a suspension wheel since the S22, and whenever I had sent that back to Yuko, I had the suspension on it set up perfectly for me. Like, it was literally like, I love that wheel, dude. I seriously love the way the suspension worked on it, and I think this one, once I get it set up like that, I'll love it just as much. But you just have to get it right. You just can't sit it and forget it the first day and just go with it. You have to keep playing with it. Now this is the they strengthened the dampening lever to adapt to like a high strength off-road leap. You saw people doing big drops, guys, and so they've actually made like all the components on the suspension even stronger. So for the guys that were jumping off like, I don't know, like 10-foot drops or so, just straight to flat ground, they've made the suspension arm in the back even thicker, so it can handle that type of force. It's basically like an aluminum structure on the inside of it. Under where the batteries are on this wheel, it's a full aluminum structure on this thing, which I'm really liking. If you look at like the M10-4, that thing is literally like full aluminum construction, that little miniature wheel. I think that thing is going to be awesome as well. But BEGODE's really upgrading, guys. They're really upgrading with these wheels. One thing you are going to notice, though, upon buying this wheel, is that the pedals on it aren't the greatest. Just the stock pedals it comes with, you're going to have to upgrade those. And I mean, you can keep them on there or whatever, but they make so many good aftermarket pedals, and it's such an easy swap to put them on there. And it adds a lot to it, man. It really makes the thing look so much more high quality when you add some really nice pedals to it. And it's so easy to do. The first upgrade I did was put on new pedals on it, and I love it. These spike pedals absolutely are incredible. These are the Ironman spike pedals from E-Rides. Acceleration and jump pads on it, guys. I really, that's one thing that I think has got to be refined by Gotway, and I'm just gonna say it, dude, because without me saying it, nothing's gonna get changed and nothing's gonna get better on this stuff. Y'all got to do a different system with these damn power pads on this thing. BEGODE. These are pretty good, but when you're buying such a high quality machine and then you get some 3M pads to stick on the side of this thing in the box, it's just like, it's kind of a slap in the face to the person that just paid that much money for the damn thing, honestly. I like the power pads. They're okay, but they don't suit a $3,000 machine, if that makes sense. Like, I think the only thing on here that just is not stand out higher quality than everything else that we've seen from BEGODE in the past is the power pads it comes stock with. On the back right here, I have just the Grizzly pads, the braking Grizzly pads, and I went and put those on there just because I thought, hey, this is perfect for it. And then I also saw that like that Wrong Way had done the same thing that I did with putting these Grizzly pads on the back there. So it works, dude. The Grizzly pads on the back right there really work for braking. I love just that added you know, brake power you can get from digging your shins into those things back there. But I do want a full fairing system for this BEGODE T4. And by a full fairing system, what I mean is there's some people out there that are making a fairing that goes around the entire thing, and you can put on whatever power pad you want. And it's just it's a way better front bumper, and the sides are smooth metal sides with Velcro on them. And then you can put on whatever aftermarket power pads you want. And I really think that once you get the fairing system on the thing and you can put whatever old school power pad you want, I think that's the deal sealer. I think you really need that, though. But again, BEGODE, I don't think people should have to go and buy that aftermarket because they don't like the current setup. I think y'all should look at what people are doing and say, hey, people are buying this fairing system. It'll take us, you know, a little bit of extra time to make it, but this is what people want, so let's make it. And I don't know. I think that it should just come with I think all wheels now should just come like with a solid metal side covered with Velcro, so you can put on whatever power pad you want. Because once you get used to a set of power pads or adapted to them, you kind of want to keep them. And like with the V12, I ran all kind of different power pads on that thing until I got exactly what I liked. And I don't know. I think that the having power pads that come stock that are just universal is not the right thing to do. I think there's having an open metal pad on the side, and then maybe you can ship like a pair of power pads from Gotway that you can stick on there with Velcro, but also it's already set up to where you can put on whatever aftermarket ones you want. So that would be the best way to do it, I think. But anyways, dudes, I kind of went over into some old footage on this thing, but hopefully the insights help on this, guys. I'm about to go ride some more, get some more filming done on this thing. I've gotten way better on it just in 2 days of riding it. So the footage you're seeing now is me like a total noob on this thing. I was shredding it last night after the firmware update and after getting used to it. But anyways, dudes, new videos are going to be coming on this thing. It's awesome. I really like the wheel. The T4 shreds, the beginning phase of unboxing it and getting it ready to ride is kind of a pain in the ass unless you watch the video I'm going to make about setting it up. But stay tuned for that video, and I'll see you in the next one, dudes.